But God wants us to be able to do what it is He wants us to do. And He gave us the ability to do that. But we try to please other people. We try to do everything that's involved maybe in running a business. I've run into that lately. People want me to do all kinds of things with this business or this ministry. People want you to do all kinds of things at church. If you're good at one thing, you want to do all kinds of things. Or they just keep adding on one thing after another. So we have to take a break from saying yes. This may be a big challenge to you. For 2 weeks to not say yes. Can you do it? Can you go 2 whole weeks and not say yes to something else? Maybe it's just saying, I'm having to consider my calendar. I have to look at my calendar and see what all I'm supposed to be doing. Remember, we talked about writing everything down in our calendars? I've got my May calendar all up here. It's all written in. I don't really want you to see everything I'm doing, but it's tons of stuff. But I still have it balanced. You need to write it down so you see what you're doing. What have you said yes to? Write down all those things that you're doing for your husband, for the kids, for yourself, for other people. And what does it look like? Is it too much? Then we need to stop and ask ourselves some questions. So you stop saying yes for 2 weeks. Give yourself a time to pray, a time to write things on your calendar, a time to gather all those bits and pieces from all the calendars and all the flyers and write it all down so you know what you're doing. Make a list of your activities, figure it out, put them on the calendar. And then as you go through them, here's 3 basic simple questions to ask yourself. Do I like this activity? Pure and simple. Do you like doing it? As I've developed this ministry through the years, I've discovered there's certain things I like better than other things. And so as I've developed and it's grown and whatnot, I've been able to hire some people to do the things I don't particularly like. But I've also decided I prefer to tell people what I want rather than to write down what I want. What about you? What do you like to do? What do you like to do at church? I like to host a Bible study. I like to teach Bible studies. Right now, I'm teaching so much in this ministry. I'm not doing that, teaching Bible studies at church, but we are hosting a Bible study. I like to go to Bible studies. I like to line dance. What do you like to do? What brings joy to your life? You know, most of the time, God will give us a lot of things in our life that we like to do. Every activity, though, has usually things we don't like to do. That's just the way it is. The good goes with the bad. But most of the time, find out, is this something I like to do? I've had ladies say that they were attending she was involved in a community outreach project. She really didn't care for that one. I said, so what do you want to do? She said, I want to go get involved in this one. I said, okay, can you stop that one and go to this one? We talked about that. And then when you're asked to have an activity in your life, does it add to your life? Is it adding to your joy? Does it fit in your priorities? Does it make you a better person, a better wife, a better mom, a better woman of God? Do you like it? And does it add to your life? And then the third question to ask yourself is, did God ask me to do this activity? That's why I have to go back to priorities. Let's look at this. I'm the only one that can develop a relationship with the Lord. For me, I'm the only one that can develop my relationship with the Lord. That's my responsibility. It's my responsibility to take care of my health. No one else can take care of my health for me. These are things I have responsibility for. So do you. I'm married to a husband, a man that I love for 42 years. It's my responsibility to be the best wife I can for him. I don't want anybody else being his wife because I'm his wife. So that's where my responsibility lies. I'm a mom and a grandma. And so I want to spend that quality time with our kids and grandkids because I'm the only mom our sons have. I'm one of 2 grandmas that our grandkids have. But still, I have a role in my role as grandma. I'm one of their 2 grandmas. And so those are things that are important in my life. Those are things that I know God has called me to because no one else can do those. Then we live in a home. I don't know what your home looks like. Might be a room, might be a big place, a little place, a tent. I don't know where you're living. But this is the place God has given us to live, to take care of. And most of Christ's ministry was in homes. Most of the early churches met in homes. And so this is the first place to minister to those you love first, and then to those that you know around you. So those are things that I'm specifically. Now, I could hire people to come clean my house. I know I did that as a teenager. I cleaned homes for other people. If you have the money, you can hire someone to come in and clean your home. But this is the place I am responsible for. Then it comes to developing the God-given gifts he's given me. What does that mean? This is where we often have to find this out. For me, it involves this ministry. It involves having coffee or lunch with girlfriends. It involves going to a Bible study. It involves spending time in a couple's Bible study whenever possible. Time developing relationships with other people. And then we serve others out of that abundance, out of those things that we do. So as you go through this, as you're in your 2 weeks of saying no, pray for guidance, seek God's will, talk to someone else. Probably one of the persons that knows you the best if you're married is your husband or a close girlfriend. And they know, where do you find the joy? What is it you're doing? I know I love to sing on a praise team, but when they went to all these audio things in the ears, it didn't work out too well for me. I lost most of my hearing in my right ear. And so I couldn't, that wasn't going to work for me. And so I knew that was time for me to step back from that. I still love to sing praise and worship, but not on the praise team. Seek guidance, find out what God wants you to do. Talk with those you love, talk with those close to you. Get a book and try to check it out that way. See what it says, see where you are. Talk with your husband. What is it that brings you joy? Do those things that bring you joy and that add to your life and that you know God has called you to do. Now, all the other things that you don't know, you may have to turn down. The Bible tells you to make your yes be yes and your no be no. So I want to apply that right here. If you said yes to some activities, say you'd be the secretary for some organization for the school year, then finish out your commitment. But at the end of that, that's enough. If you've not had made a commitment there, can you back out of it? What would it take to back out of it? Back out of what you can, if it's not from God. But finish those commitments, realizing that yes, I made a mistake this time, but I'm going to have to finish it out. So let's talk about these 8 ways of saying no. Remember this, that word. First off, you put your tongue at the top of your mouth, right behind your teeth. And you make your mouth, no. I know it's silly, but it's a hard word to say. Why? Because we want to please people. And remember that pleasing people doesn't always necessarily please God. We need to please God first and then please other people. That means we take care of the responsibilities that God's given us first. So here's some ways that we can say no. Here's number 1. That sounds wonderful. I wish I had time to do it. Now, how would I know I don't have time to do it? Because I've written down my priorities. I know what it is I'm supposed to be doing. I picked out 3 things I'm going to be doing for myself. Right now, it's a Bible study with a couple's Bible study, a ladies' Bible study, and time with friends, which would be lunch or dinner or something else we're doing with friends. Okay, that's the 3 things I do for myself. Then my ministry, the things I do for others, are all my practical Christian woman Joyce Zook things that I do. That's what I do there. And so that means there's not time to say yes for a lot of other things, because that's where my main focus goes, is doing things like this video for you. But that sounds wonderful. I wish I had time to do it. And that's probably a true statement. Here's number 2. I'd love to do that, but my plate is full right now. Please check back with me next time, and I'll see if my life has slowed down a little bit. Let me say that one again. I'd love to do that, because it sounded great, but my plate is full right now. You know what your plate looks like when you're at a potluck, and you've added a little bit of everything on it, and then you see one more roll you want to stick on top. You put it on top, but when you put it on, it just falls off. That's what we're talking about. Knowing that your plate is full. Do you know whether your plate's full or not? Have you found time to exercise? Have you found time for a date with your husband? Or are you trying to do all these other things for other people? Think about it. I'd love to do that, but my plate is full right now. But here's the thing that makes you feel better without somebody else. Please check back with me next time, and I'll see if my life has slowed down a little bit. And sometimes it has. It's changed. I know I was doing different things when my kids were preschoolers and when they were high schoolers, when they went off to college, and my husband was still working full time, and now he's not working full time, he's working part time. My life has changed in each season. And sometimes I have times to add new things, and sometimes I don't. That's number 2. Number 3, I can't do that right now, but it sounds like something Jane might like. Have you checked with Jane? It sounds like something she really enjoyed doing. Jane's just a made-up name. If you know someone that might be interested in doing that, please suggest that to the person you're talking to. Please, particularly if it's an organization or a committee, and say, yes, that's a wonderful idea. It's a great idea, but I can't do that right now. Why don't you check with so-and-so? Or maybe I'm not able to help you with that, but I'll pray and see if I can think of someone that might be able to help you. Maybe you don't know someone, right? That was number 4. Number 5, let me check my calendar and I'll get back with you within 24 hours, 3 days next week. Now, this is kind of hard. When you have your calendar on your phone, it's kind of hard to say, let me check my calendar, because you often have it with you and you can just go, let me check my calendar. But even so, if you've written everything on your calendar, you can see what's starting to come up. You can see that this week you have all of these activities planned and it's not possible this week. Or maybe you've made a list of your priorities in your calendar and you see that next year, say the fall, you're already committed to doing the ladies' Bible study. You're already committed to helping out in the nursery, and you've committed to something else in your community. And somebody asked you for another thing. Wait to say yes to that third thing till you make sure that you have all the other priorities filled, that you found that way to exercise, you found time for dates with your husband, you figured out how to keep your house decent for your family. Not that it has to be on HGTV or in a magazine, but that it meets your family's needs. But check your calendar. It's a great one. Say, and you could say, and that whole thing, let me check my calendar and I'll get back with you. Give them a time. Because often if someone is asking you to do something, they want to know when can they know what to do, so they know whether to go looking for someone else or not. So check your calendar. It's a great way to say it, particularly if you have it on your phone or you've got it written down in paper. You can go check it. I've got to go home and check my calendar. Sometimes I have to say, I'll need to check with my husband because I'm not sure what he has planned or what we have planned together. So sometimes those plans are for both of us and we need to know what's happening. I'm trying to see if anybody's making comments here. Number 5. That was number 5. Let me check my calendar. Number 6. You are so good at what you do, but this is not one of my strengths. Please, I would be able to help do. And what are you able to help do? I know someone was going to do something for a political campaign, and they wanted you to do a certain thing, and it just really wasn't one of her strengths. I said, so if that's not one of your strengths, what can you do? And so she figured out, so we talked about that, and she said, well, I would really like to do this. I said, great. Then tell them you can do that and do the part you want to do well. What do you like to do? First off, finding those things you like to do. Yes, sometimes God pushes this beyond our comfort zone, but not normally. Often it's trying to figure out how to do the things that he's called us to do and that we like to do and to do them well. So, people have asked me, do you want to work in the nursery? Go, not really. Do you need any help with the ladies' and women's ministry? I really like to help with that one. That's where I fit best. So tell people where you fit, what you like to do. Even in my ministry, this ministry, Practical Christian Woman, I like to talk. I like to teach you these things. I'm not that good at writing things. And so when people want me to do a written interview for something, it's not as easy as doing a video interview. I like the video interview. It's much easier for me. What do you like to do? And then let's do those things. Here's number 7, 5, 6, 7. I wanted to do this, but I'm so disappointed I can't do it this year. One mom was she wanted to go substitute teach again because she wanted to get back into teaching, but she still had little kids at home, particularly as preschooler. And she tried substitute teaching and realized that it really wasn't going to work well as long as she had a preschool child and was running him all over. And so that's really her answer. I would really love to do this because she's great at teaching a foreign language, but it's not for me this year. And you can put on this, please contact me next year, and hopefully I can do it then. So maybe you're being asked to be president of an organization, or you're being asked to do something else, and you say, I really can't. My plate's full this year, or I'm disappointed because I can't do it. But ask me next year. Often these roles and responsibilities come this way. And number 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm sorry that I can't do that for you this time. I may have disappointed you or put you in a bind, but please give me grace because I must say no. This is often what we have to say. I'm sorry, but I can't do it this time. Can you give me grace, please? Because I must say no. We don't have to go into explaining all the things we're doing and all the reasons that are happening. We know those. We're talking those over with God and a good friend or a husband. And we're trying to keep our lives balanced. But we do have to say no sometimes. Remember, no is not a dirty word. No is saying, no, I've been praying about it, and that's not the direction God's called me to go this year. This year, this month, at this time, maybe make sure you're looking at your own gifts. What are you gifted to do? Is there someone else that could do that better that you think might be able to do that? And sometimes we just have to say, no, I don't think that's for me right now. Say no. There is power in saying no. Why? Because when we say no to all those outside activities, we have time to do the things God has called us to do.